London, England is taking a big step forward in curbing greenhouse gases. The city has just this morning expanded its ultra low emission zone. It's now more expensive to drive older, more polluting vehicles in much more of the city. The goal is to help improve air quality. Tessa Arcilia is reporting on that story for us this morning, live right in the heart of things in London, traffic behind. So explain, Tessa, in case anyone hasn't heard this term, what is that ultra low emission zone there in London?
Well, it is exactly as the words suggest, an ultra-low emission area in London where vehicles that are of a specific make that are high polluting will have to pay a levy if they want to enter London. So that would be petrol vehicles made before 2006 and diesel cars before 2015. And just to tell you where I am, this is going to be part of that new expanded zone. So we are we're in Stratford area where the Olympic Park, and this is going to now be included. It's given them 2 years because the first ultra low emission zone introduced in London was in 2019, and now this is the new expanded zone. It is 18 times bigger than previously, and it's going to affect some 135,000 motor vehicles, Heather. And the goal is to bring that toxic level of air in London down, which has been illegally high since 2010, and it has been impacting a lot of the health of the citizens. And I think when I spoke to London Mayor Sadiq Khan earlier, he says this is a two-pronged approach. They really want to tackle the air pollution as well as the impact on climate change. COP26, the climate conference just around the corner. And he had been facing some pressure to extend the change because this expansion is happening today, starting today. People have to pay more to be in central London, but he said it's no longer possible to expand. Some people saying this is too much. It's happening just after COVID. It's going to be very expensive. But again, this is the question, Heather, isn't it, with turning green, with trying to become green? What is the cost of transitioning to some greener vehicles? So that's what's happening in London. Seems to be for climate campaigners. This is still not enough, but as far as London Mayor Sadiq Khan says, the past 2 years have shown that there has been an improvement in air quality. Heather? So
air pollution, climate change, those are aims, but also you mentioned health. What kind of an impact could this have on people in London, Londoners' health, Tessa?
Yeah, one of the things that keep coming up, and it has been in the last few years, is the impact of air pollution on children's health in particular. The cases of asthma and respiratory illnesses impacted by that level, a toxic level of air in London, has been of high priority for the city. And I spoke to one of the mothers here. Her name is Rosamond Kissy Deborah, and she is a mother of a 9-year-old who had died before, and she's the first person in Britain, Heather, to have air pollution as a leading cause of her death on her death certificate. Take a listen to what Rosamond had to say.
This is a step in the right direction. And yes, a mother is never happy when her child has passed away, I'm afraid. But it's a good day from that point of view. It's come 11 years too late for her, but I have other children, and there are children in London who are suffering. So I have to look at the positive life. And I have to say that without Ella, I don't know whether all these things will be happening.
According to the London Mayor Sadiq Khan, around 4,000 people die prematurely in London because of the quality of the air, Heather. So this is the hope that it would help in that regard as well, not just the climate, but in the quality of health of people, especially children. Heather?
Thank you so much, Tessa. Tessa right there live in London for us.